What is up, scary awesome people? Here we are at the end of another week and the end of our first week into actual factual 2025 October, when the real meat and potatoes of Halloween starts. So welcome back. It has been a long week of movie watching. We got quite a list to go through. I hope you guys enjoyed our Storytime Corner that I introduced last week. I promise you there's some more stories on tap for y'all to check out in the coming weeks. But first up to bat, we will recap from last time, which was the scratch off of High Tension, a movie when I scratched it I couldn't remember, but as soon as I saw the cover, I remember. I've seen it. It's a pretty decent flick. So High Tension. It's always notable because the chick has a huge like skill saw on the cover. That's what always made me remember it from the video store days. So we watched High Tension, and then we had a new release, Weapons. Fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, it's got a good, I don't know if I call it a twist, but it definitely didn't go where I thought it would go. So check out Weapons. The Faculty, some 90s awesomeness. Needful Things, a lesser enjoyed, usually, Stephen King miniseries. I'm a big fan of all of the Stephen King miniseries. Needful Things is pretty good as well. Tremors, super classic, a favorite of my oldest daughter. Hubie Halloween, I'm not a huge schlock Adam Sandler film person, but I did enjoy his Halloween Netflix film. I do hope that he comes back with more of them. Legion, super underappreciated Angels versus Demons flick with Paul Bettany. Watch that one for sure. More 90s awesomeness in Idle Hands. That was a staple in high school. Nothing But Trouble, a Dan Aykroyd directed mess of I can't even begin to describe what that movie is. But go watch Nothing But Trouble. The only film credit Dan Aykroyd ever had as a director. No One Will Save You was a pretty great, almost entirely dialogue-less alien flick. Definitely worth a watch. Coraline, What Needs to Be Said. Phantasm, another fantastic series with the dude and his crazy flying metal ball that murders everyone. Repo, the Genetic Opera, a rock goth opera. Yeah, I'm all in on that. Definitely check that out. Night of the Demons, of course, another classic 80s Halloween flick, specifically. American Psycho, Christian Bale at his awesomeness. Chud, it's Chud. Come on. Hellboy Deuce, fantastic film. I like the second one more than I like the first one. It's just a really awesome film. Hellboy 2. Dark City, another awesome film from the director of The Crow. If you're a fan of The Crow and you haven't seen Dark City, definitely go watch it. It's got that neon dark aesthetic to it. It's pretty awesome. Van Helsing, a guilty pleasure. Silence of the Lambs, a classic for most people. Little Shop of Horrors, which was a new physical pickup for me. I've always been a fan. I never owned it on disc. Picked up the Blu-ray this year. Great film. The Blu-ray's got the director's cut, which I'd never watched, so that was a good special for me this year. Dr. Sleep, sequel to The Shining, which came out of nowhere, out of Stephen King. Wrote a sequel to it, which I'd never heard of until I saw the movie, then went and read the book. It is great. I did not expect a lot out of the movie, but it's a fantastic sequel to The Shining. The Dead Don't Die, a Jim Jarmusch, Bill Murray adventure, zombie flick. It is very understated. It's a movie that's not going to be for everybody. It's very dry, but I really enjoyed it, and that is another new pickup for me this year physically. Mars Attacks, Tim Burton, gotta love it. Box Trolls, another Leica, Paranorman, Coraline type stop motion film. Anything out of Leica Studios is really awesome. And then we had a Simon Pegg triple feature. I have a DVD set of the three of them, so I watched all of them. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. All awesomely funny movies from Simon Pegg. And last but not least, Street Trash. I gave you a vague description of that when I posted it. It is an interesting film. Again, not something that's going to be for everybody, but it has got some crazy stuff in there. A very schlocky B movie from the melt genre that they did back in the 80s when it had a craze where people literally melted for various reasons into piles of goo. And that was the premise around here, but it's wrapped around a hobo colony living in a junkyard, and it's amazing. Go check that out for sure. So that is it for another week. We are at 140 films. That's 140 films between September 1st and today, which is, what day is it today? They all blend together. What is it, October 6th, I think, 7th, somewhere around there. So I want to hit 200. So we got 60 more to go. I think we can do it. I am going to lose some time at the end of the month because I'm going away. But I think we can do it. I think we can do it this year. 200. I think I can get there. So you guys are with me all the way. So I picked up something to go along with my poster that I really like, and it's going to go for some time. But I thought it'd be interesting to pick up a top 50 scratch-off card movie, horror movie list, which I came across the other day. It sounded almost like a game. You'd pick some scenarios and then you'd pick a movie, but that's not what it is. Really, it's just you'd go through the deck here, and it gives you some outlines on it. Like the first one here says it's PG-13 movie from 2018. It's a sci-fi dystopian movie. So I guess you can go through and then pick some of those particular era and stats that you want to watch, and then it'll give it to you. And it's going to be a top 50, so probably most of them are going to be newer films in the last 20 or 30 years, I would bet. So we're going to switch it up and do the first one out of this box. All right, so shuffle the deck there, pull one out. Let's see what this presents. You guys are with me seeing this for the first time. What do we got? What do we got? All right. 2001, Mystery, Supernatural, Psychological. 2001. Check it out. Remember this. So you probably won't be able to see it, but it says The Others. Remember The Others? I probably haven't seen it since the beginning of the 2000s. So we're going to go download The Others and give that a watch. It's probably been 20 or so years since I watched it, but that is what we got for card number 1 out of our top 50. We'll scratch it again next week, and then I'll probably dig a few more out throughout the week. I'll take a picture of it and post it as the movie, because we want to get through a few. But we have lots of movies, physical movies. We only have about 5 left on the digital shuffle. We went through about 120 or so is what I put there on the shuffle list this year when I went through the many digital movies. And we're almost through it, which is usually we're par for the course for that. First week of October is usually when that ends. And then we go all physical off the shelves behind me when we pull out the slip. But I have been doing quite a few of those in the last week. But that's where the majority is going to be. If I own it physically, it's in my top lists. So the back half of October is always my absolute favorite list by and large. So hopefully you'll find some movies out of there that I share. I hope you guys are going and watching some of these movies that I'm recommending that you may not have heard of, because that's kind of the point, is to share the horror, right? So that is it for this week. We will see you all on the other side, okay? Stay scary, everybody. We'll see you at the end of the next one. Have a great one. Cheerio.